So this one's about, what is it? Stop being so analytical. Stop overthinking. Just be. All this stuff, all these apps, the phone, everything is making us so analytical, overthinking things, like constantly checking devices. This is so non-human like of us. We are meant to be out there. We're meant to be in nature. We're meant to be traveling. We're meant to be speaking to one another physically. We're meant to meet each other. And so it's important to have this balance. This stuff is great. Online spaces are great. Social media is great. But what's happening is overconsumption. This is what's happening, overconsumption. People are using these things way too much and relying on them. So now then you've gone to the other side of the spectrum where it's the extreme. And so what I'm saying here is that use the resources, but don't allow them to use you. Use the tools. Don't let the tools use you. They are great tools. They connect us. They allow us to do things we probably never could have done. And I've seen it change. In the last 10 years, it's been crazy. The change has been crazy. Like, even in the last 2, 3 years, 5 years, it's changed so much. And it's definitely becoming an issue because of it becoming constantly in our lives. Scanning things with the QR code, menus, blah, 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 blah. But I think it's important for all of us to take it upon ourselves to really keep this thing on a leash and to allow it to be integrated into our lives, not to become our lives, which is important. And I like having a smartphone. I like how I can get information as soon as I need it. I like all these things, but trust me, it's important for us to become who we are meant to be as humans and spiritual beings. You know, we're spiritual. We have to do different things that is gonna help us connect with one another. Technology, we cannot connect to it. We connect through it. Okay, so it's a completely different thing. And no matter what they say, you can have a robot friend. I got a robot family. I got a robot girlfriend, robot wife. It's just not how we were meant to be. Okay, and that's just what it is. I can't argue that. It's our natural birthright to wanna be around each other, wanna be outside, wanna be not having to just be so focused on being online all the time. So I'm not saying to dopamine detox completely. I'm saying to have this thing work for you in your life, because otherwise, what's the point? Like, I found myself so many times just, I've not gone outside because I've just not gone outside. So we have to make the effort to become human again and to forget about the fact that these things are just lazy ways of connecting. If you don't go out there and experience life, then you're just using this as a tool to connect. And this is not life completely. This is just not life where you get that same dopamine and you get that same connection and vibe, authenticity from people. And I find that so many times, like when you write to people on the phone, sometimes it can come across so like rude or emotionless and strange, because you can't identify the vibe through language necessarily. And Sometimes some people are trying to be rude when they might text you, or some people aren't trying to be rude. It's just the way that we perceive it, and neither of those things is like anyone's fault. It's just the way that these things are conveyed. But the main thing here is that, yeah, we have to connect, and connect in natural ways as we were meant to. No baby is born with an iPhone or an iPad like, you know? So these are the things, like, you see these iPad kids, it's crazy. Like, come on. No. iPad kids is just that has always scared me, an iPad kid. Because those iPad kids, they're built different too. Okay? But you gotta remember, we're in the age of Aquarius, information age. Okay? These things, they're happening, they're unfolding, and it is what it is. But I always say to people, I truly believe that one person can change everything. And I never used to think this way, because I used to feel like, this is what I used to compare it to. I used to compare it to recycling, like recycling plastic, that, you know, that you get those bags given to you, to your house, and then you, like, some people would put their recycling out, some people wouldn't. And then I used to just reflect. I'd sit there and reflect, and I'd be like, what's the point of recycling? Like, why do we do that? And through just thinking about it, I started to realize, until I put the action in of the thing that's been given to me here for its intention of recycling, then I will never know whether that thing is worth a doing. So if I expand on that, what I'm saying is, until you go and put some recycling out, how will you know that you've made a change? Like, you do make a change, because you just filled up a bag full of recycling and you physically gave it to the guy to go throw into the truck to get it to the recycling point. You made a change. So back to what I was saying is that we can all make a change. We can actually change the world, right? We can change the world. That, just saying that just sounds crazy to me, but we can. I know that there might be the powers against us, whatever people say and blah blah blah, but what if we can change the world? Like, what if we actually could change the world? I don't know. But that just, when I say that out loud, it just sounds crazy to me, but it's possible. You can change the world. But again, I feel that as I get older, I'm getting more delusional, which is good. And, you know, it's better to be that way. I've really learnt that. Be a bit crazy. Don't be like them outside. Don't be like these normal people. Safe, playing it safe. You're still gonna get fed. You'll find food, don't worry. You'll still sleep somewhere, don't worry. Okay, those are just like the extremes, but I'm just saying, like, there's no need to become so worried. This is the main thing here. Do not worry. Worry is not a good vibration to be on. It's not up there. You want to be up there. You want to be in high spirits all the time, no matter what happens to you. Things happen. Things happen. You cannot avoid it. You can only control the things that you can control. The variables that you can control them. You can make the change. You, from within you, you can meditate. You can go out there and befriend someone and be nice to someone. And that might lead you to something, and that might lead you to something and something and something. But what if you just stood there and you were like, if I talk to that person, will it end well? Will it do this? Will it do that? Oh, if I go there, will it do that? You know, overthinking is crazy. Like, you got to be mindful not to put yourself in silly situations or dangerous situations. But also there's a side of it where it's like, you got to take some chances. You got to take some risks and just try it and see where it might lead you. Who that person might know this person, that person might know that person. That person might introduce you to some healthy thing, healthy habit. They might help you with this issue, blah 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 blah. And this is what I've seen, is that the more open you are, the bigger your world gets. Look how big the world is now. I'm open. When a shop is open, the world comes into the shop. So keep the shop open. Keep your heart open. But don't obviously allow people to make you a pushover. You cannot be a pushover in this life, right? You cannot be a pushover, but you have to be open. When you're open, keep your mind open, keep your heart open, things will happen for you, not to you. So yeah, that's what I've got to say.